This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us tonight. A troubling trend on U.S. roadways. Traffic fatalities on the rise, especially in Florida. Just this morning, a Bradenton motorcyclist was struck and killed by a car in Manatee County. ABC7's Rick Adams takes a closer look at the problem hitting our roadways.
The numbers are alarming. People killed in car crashes are up 9% nationally in the first half of 2016 compared to the same period last year, according to the National Safety Council. Even more alarming, Florida has seen a 43% increase in fatal crashes since late 2014. Ann Fisher has witnessed the increase of cars and crashes on Suncoast roadways in the 29 years she's lived in Sarasota.
It just seems like every day on my way home from work that I'm seeing the police cars and even ambulances and stretchers. So I don't know what's going on, but people are not paying attention anymore.
The Florida Highway Patrol says they know what's going on. They tell us distracted and impaired driving combined with the tremendous growth of people moving here or just visiting is a big part of the problem.
The last thing that anyone wants to do is knock on someone's door at 2 o'clock in the morning to advise them that a loved one is not coming home. And the first line of defense is good driving. First line of defense, situational awareness.
Trooper Watson says they will continue to educate drivers on safety and also have more troopers out on the roads as much as possible to keep the roads as safe as possible.
One of the most important things you could do before you hit the road here on the Suncoast or anywhere is to buckle up.
Michael Moulton has lived in Sarasota for many years. Having come from New York City, he's used to the traffic. He says his words of wisdom are to give yourself more time to get from point A to point B.
I think we have to be respectful of the tourists who don't know the area, people coming from around the world who may have different customary driving on the other side of the road, and that the aging population here, they go a little slower. Got to take a deep breath.
Drivers are also encouraged to be extra careful around school zones now that school is back in session. In Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Rick. The local heroin overdose problem has been called an epidemic. And now on its end, the Safe Children Coalition is calling the situation desperate. The organization says it's seen more parents die from heroin overdoses in the last 2 months than in the last 2 years, leaving many kids without homes and in need of foster parents. The organization is putting together a town hall meeting along with several informational sessions to let people know about the crisis and to recruit potential foster parents.
We've had people who've worked in this field for their whole entire careers, and they have not seen anything quite this bad. This is unheard of.
That town hall meeting will be held next Tuesday at Bradenton's Dream Center from 6 to 8 p.m. Governor Rick Scott and health officials met in Pinellas County today for a roundtable discussion on the Zika virus. It was there where the governor announced a non-travel-related Zika case. It's the closest such case to the Suncoast and first in Florida reported outside of Miami-Dade County. Pinellas Mosquito Control will now go to work in addition to the treatments they're already doing, in which they head to the area where an infected person lives, testing mosquitoes and also eliminating potential breeding grounds. Scott says this approach has already been successful in other parts of the state where a single person was locally infected.
We've had cases in both Broward and Palm Beach and Miami where we didn't see any additional local transmission.
Health officials are looking into the possibility that the Pinellas County resident was infected with the mosquito-borne virus in a neighboring county. To southern Louisiana, where President Obama got a first-hand look today at the devastation from the historic flooding there. After touring the flood-ravaged neighborhood of East Baton Rouge Parish, the president met with first responders as well as residents who suffered damage to their homes and businesses. He assured the flood victims that the federal government has made their recovery a priority.
You're not alone on this. Even after the TV cameras leave, the whole country is going to continue to support you and help you until we get folks back in their homes and lives are rebuilt. 13
people were killed and 60,000 homes were damaged in the flooding. And now we're going to head over to Bob. And Bob, we had a record-breaking day of heat on the Suncoast.
Yeah, it not only broke it shattered the record. 99 degrees, almost 100. We don't get the 100 degrees very often here. That was due to a strong east wind, and we're starting to see that northeast wind. And there it is, 2016, 99 degrees. The old mark was set back in 1981 when it got up to 96. Our normal high at 90 degrees, so well above our normal. And it looks as though we may see similar conditions tomorrow, maybe not quite as high, because I think we're going to see a few more clouds in the afternoon as a result of more of an easterly component, which will bring us more rain. We had a few storms tonight, and some of that activity was heavy at times, especially into Manatee County, but that has all since moved on, and we're looking for generally fair skies through the overnight hours. You can see the rainfall amounts up in northwest Braden, and it came fast. Nearly an inch there in northwest Braden. The same is true near El Conquistador. Lesser amounts near Longboat Key down south. Nearly a half inch of rain estimates there up near Parrish. Over a half inch of rainfall. Right now it's 82. Still warm. Dew point is high at 74. And a lot of high traffic out there in the Atlantic right now with a couple of systems. It's still a tropical storm, Gaston, but it's not going to have a problem with any land area. This is the area that we'll keep an eye on very closely and could have an impact on our weather as early as Sunday night. We'll have more on that coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. A Sarasota County man will serve 2 life sentences for 2 separate murders. 24-year-old Cottrell Johnson pleading guilty to the deaths of Robert Mann and Kenneth Ellis. In 2011, Johnson shot Ellis during a failed home invasion robbery. Ellis was a beloved teacher at Manatee School of the Arts. Just 3 months before that, Johnson shot and killed Robert Mann while trying to rob his Warm Mineral Springs home. Johnson will be sent to a Florida state prison in the coming days. A massive fire at an FPL substation in Miami left some 10,000 homes and businesses without power late this afternoon, and it caused some major traffic problems. People in the area heard an explosion moments before seeing the thick smoke and flames. Officials say multiple transformers caught fire, but there's no word yet on how that happened. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue got the fire under control and no injuries were reported. Development is booming in Sarasota, but a home that's part of Suncoast history is on its last leg. The house was built in the early 1920s in the Rosemary District, formerly known as the Overtown community, the first black settlement in Sarasota. It's been owned by the same family ever since and was placed on the historic registry in 2003. But a structural engineer recently deemed the home uninhabitable to the point of not being restorable. So the city is now moving forward with tearing it down.
Rather painful to see these things take place.
People coming through here will only think of it as Rosemary District and look at all the new housing without any reference to the past.
A demolition date has not been scheduled yet. And straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, beating the odds, a teenager visiting Florida is one of the only people to ever survive a brain-eating amoeba. Plus, Donald Trump still dancing around the issue of immigration reform, and Hillary Clinton continues to face questions about her foundation.
Across America with Mega Jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
Hello, America. I'm John Crow. It is Tuesday, August 23rd, and tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $69 million. To win that jackpot, you must match these 5 white balls plus that gold Mega Ball. Now, let's see if I can make you a millionaire tonight. Our first number tonight is 61. That's followed by 7. Up next, we have 46. Your next number is 2, and your final white ball for this evening is 66. Now for the Mega Ball. Tonight's Mega Ball number is 1. Again, tonight's winning numbers are 61, 7, 46, 2, 66, and the gold Mega Ball is 1. Now, if no one matches all 6 numbers, Friday's jackpot could be $76 million. Good luck and play on, America.
Hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? ABC7 has the information you need. Access our special Surviving a Hurricane now. Learn how to prepare a readiness plan and survival kit. Know your evacuation route. Be prepared, Suncoast, when severe weather threatens. Access our special on our ABC7 app and all our live streaming platforms.
Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Don't miss the Weddings of Sarasota 16th Annual Wedding Show at the iconic Sarasota Municipal Auditorium on US 41, Sunday, August 28th from noon to 4 p.m. The runway show is on the stage at 3 p.m. Enjoy hors d'oeuvres and live entertainment. $2,000 in Weddings of Sarasota dollars will be given away after the runway show, but you must be present to win. Make sure to pre-register at weddingsofsarasota.com. Brides and grooms are free if registered by midnight, August 26th. Guests only $5. Weddings of Sarasota. Register today.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour selection of quality new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade-in.
Seymour savings.
Step up to GMC and get cash back for up to 12% of the MSRP on these select 2016 GMC vehicles. That's over $9,300 cash back on this Yukon.
Seymour now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
Bob, two big things happening today. Breaking that record, like you said, shattering it, not just breaking it, and watching the tropics.
Yeah, the tropics really active, and you would expect this. We're just on almost the anniversary of 1992, Hurricane Andrew, when it hit the southeast coast of Florida and caused all sorts of problems there. We are looking at not a similar condition at all, a similar storm at all, but it's going to have an impact, I think, on southeast Florida. It looks like Sunday is the timing. We'll see how it plays out. But look at this tower cam. We had some rain develop. Finally, we're getting back into that pattern of afternoon and evening storms. We even had some severe weather up near Pinellas County, a severe thunderstorm warning. Look at this, just a glimmer of sunshine there. And just as the sun was setting, going below the horizon, just a little bit of clearing skies off in the distance. And photos were sent in of the shelf cloud up at northwest Bradenton from Kathy Bixby as the storms were rolling in up there, and nearly an inch of rainfall fell. And Robert Frank catching this just before the sun went below the horizon. We appreciate those photos at Pix, P-I-X, at mysuncoast.com. Well, all the rain is over now, and it'll be back a little stronger and a little more widespread, I do believe, tomorrow. As a result of our winds switching more to an easterly direction. It was northeast today, and a little bit more moisture will make its way across the state tomorrow. So look for those afternoon and evening storms. Some of those could be severe at times. Like we saw today, we had a wind gust up to 57 miles an hour at the MacDill Air Force Base just shortly after 5 o'clock tonight. Currently, we have clear skies, but still warm, 82 out there, and the humidity fairly high, 76%. Winds out of the east-northeast at 6. The pressure on the rise at 30.11. And the high today, well, there it is, 99 degrees, almost 100. And our average is 90. 81 was the low, and 96. The old record set back in 1981. No rainfall officially at the airport. However, there were showers around. Temperature 79 in Tallahassee, 83 in Orlando, 85 now into Miami, and 82 in Key West. And around the area, temperatures into the low 80s for the most part. The Gulf of Mexico very warm at 88, and that could be a factor if this storm system does emerge into the Gulf. Water temperatures extremely warm throughout the Gulf, and we could make for a bigger system there if it does do that, but there's a lot of ifs there. High pressure building over the southeast. There's a line of low pressure here east of the state, and this may influence somewhat what this tropical disturbance does down the road. But for the time being, with this east to northeasterly flow, we'll get a better chance of that convergence along the sea breeze front in the afternoon, which will give us a much better chance for showers and storms right through the weekend. Now, this is a poorly organized system. And the reconnaissance aircraft earlier today did not find any centralized area of low pressure or circulation for that matter. There's a mid-level low right here, and there's also a surface little trough, if you will, to the north of it, which is really starting to flare up. Here's some of the forecasts. Now, again, I caution you, there's a big spread here when it comes to what it's going to be doing in 4 to 5 days, but most of the models are trending south, and they're starting to gather here, although there are still a few models that suggest more of a northerly turn. This is basically one model with different runs. It's the Canadian model, taking it off toward the east due to a trough of low pressure, which is expected to develop there, but it may not be as strong. Look at the spread here from one model to the extreme to the east, and nearly 800 miles in where the center may be, if there is a center at all. Some models dissipate the system in the next couple of days near Hispaniola right here. Also, it has to contend with some very dry air to the west of it. Although you'll notice this dry air is shrinking over the past 24 hours, and sometimes these have a tendency to develop their own moisture content around them, basically, and kind of get rid of the dry air. As far as the Gaston is concerned, it's going to continue off to the northwest. It will be one of the strongest storms of the season, but it's not going to have an impact on any land area at all in the next 5 days as it heads off basically toward the north and eventually the northwest, and then eventually off into the open waters of the Atlantic. Well, some storms to the north of us will actually fire off still for the next hour or so, then wind on down, and we'll look for fair skies in the morning, and then showers developing into the early afternoon, and then more of that activity kind of spreading across the sun coast in the late afternoon and evening, winding down after 9, similar to what we saw today, but a little bit more widespread. Same goes for Thursday and into Friday. Now, the forecast may increase this rain chance, of course, the future path and direction of what the system may be doing by this weekend. And northeast winds turn to the northwest at 10 knots, a light chop out there on the bays and inland waters. Water temperature a warm 88 degrees, and we'll see a high of 88 at the area beaches as well. The UV index staying high. Low tide 11:31, and a high tide will be at 5 o'clock. And the forecast tonight, warm and muggy. Low temperatures into the upper 70s. Northeasterly winds 5 to 10. Tomorrow, heat index up to 100 to 105. A little bit cooler, but still hot, 93. And the extended forecast, a lot depends upon the future path of what may be a tropical system. Over the weekend, we'll be watching it closely. If we're going to get an impact from the system, Haley, it'll be, looks like late Sunday and Monday would be the biggest time frame for us. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. A 16-year-old visiting Orlando is just the 4th person in the U.S. ever known to survive an infection caused by a rare brain-eating amoeba. When and where Sebastian De Leon contracted the infection is still under investigation. But Naegleria fowleri lives in warm, freshwater lakes and rivers. Doctors say the key to infection is water going into the nose with enough force to get the amoeba into the brain.
We decided to take the breathing tube out, and within hours he spoke. Sorry.
Health officials say avoiding the parasite is relatively easy and that there's no need for the public to be alarmed. In Sebastian's case, doctors say what made the difference between life and death was how quickly he was diagnosed and treated. To the campaign trail now, where Hillary Clinton continues facing questions about her time as Secretary of State and the Clinton Foundation. Donald Trump, meanwhile, is trying to redesign his plans to deal with illegal immigration. ABC's Maggie Rulli has more.
An about-face on immigration from Donald Trump. During a Fox News town hall, the Republican nominee said this.
And there certainly can be a softening because we're not looking to hurt people. We want people. We have some great people in this country.
A hard turn from Trump's hard line on immigration throughout the campaign, with plans to build that border wall and promises to remove all undocumented immigrants, including families.
You're going to have a deportation force, and you're going to do it humanely.
But within the last week, that stance slowly disappearing. At one point, Trump even seeming to praise President Obama.
Obama got tremendous numbers of people out of the country. Bush, the same thing. Lots of people were brought out of the country with the existing laws. Well, I'm going to do the same thing.
At the same time, Trump opening up a new line of attack against rival Hillary Clinton, calling for a special prosecutor to investigate her dealings with Clinton Foundation donors while she was Secretary of State. A new report by the Associated Press says Clinton met with 85 donors who gave a combined $156 million to the foundation. The Clinton campaign dismissed the report, saying the story relies on utterly flawed data, cherry-picked to give a distorted portrayal. Meanwhile, the Democratic nominee spent her day in a Hollywood fundraiser, posing with hosts Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel.
Take my pulse while I'm talking to you.
Okay.
Make sure I'm alive.
Oh my God, there's nothing there.
There's nothing there. What should I take?
Clinton also laughing off attacks from Trump and his surrogates about her health during a visit with Jimmy Kimmel.
I don't know why they are saying this. I think, on the one hand, it's part of the wacky strategy.
Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
There's been no credible evidence presented that either nominee has serious health issues. Well, back here on the Sun Coast, the interim tag has officially been removed from Manatee County's EMS chief. Acting Chief Paul DeCiso has been named to the position indefinitely. DeCiso, who was previously the Deputy Chief of Clinical Affairs, has been in this interim role since February when the county's EMS chief of nearly 2 years resigned. Sarasota police are offering you another chance to go on a virtual ride-along. The department will hold another Tweet from the Beat next Friday. It will run from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can follow Sarasota Police on Twitter at Sarasota PD and see what patrol officers do out on the job through videos, texts, and some photos as well. The department started this Tweet from the Beat in 2013, and it's really fun to follow along. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Please give this your undivided attention.
I'll go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You should see me in Chuck E. Cheese.
What do you do at Chuck E. Cheese?
I'm in there, like, I do real subtle, like, I be threatening other kids, like, move.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Civic for $174 and no down payment, just $174. Get great clearance deals now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
I'm Alan Cohn. Donald Trump comes to Tampa. The Republican nominee is reaching out to minority voters. We'll have live coverage from his rally.
Tomorrow on ABC7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Accord for $189 and no down payment. Just $189 or 0.9% APR. Get great clearance deals now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Now, sports.
The Rays trying to bounce back tonight after the 6-2 defeat at the hands of the Red Sox yesterday. Chris Archer was on the mound looking for the win number 8 on the season. He gave up only 2 runs, just 1 earned in 5 innings, but the offense gave him little run support as Boston wins this one 2-1. Kevin Kiermaier had the lone RBI for the Rays as Archer falls to 7-17. With the start of the high school football season just days away, tonight we continue our local preview with the Venice Indians. Though a state title has eluded them since 2000, the team has made the playoffs in each of head coach John Peacock's 9 seasons. And this year they had experience on their side with several players returning. With that experience and winning track record, there is a certain level of success expected.
Everybody's been hungry. Our team's been hungrier than last year. The year before that, when I was on the team, we're just hungry to get past the second round and just win it all for once.
Our guys are, so fired up and everything, and it just fueled us the whole off season, and we just can't wait to get back out there.
The team was 10-2 last season, both losses coming against Braden River. They'll begin this season by hosting a school from Georgia on Friday. And remember, Football Friday night begins this week as well. A newly redesigned BMX track will be opening this weekend. A grand opening celebration is set for Saturday at the Sarasota County Youth Athletic Complex. The $2.4 million renovation included adding some starting hills, a new start gate system, and upgraded lighting as well as drainage. The new track replaces the original one built more than 40 years ago. That's a look.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good.
Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WindGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WindGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Finally tonight, it's almost too cute to be true. Look at this. A baby monkey abandoned by his mother has been adopted by a cat. Look at that face. 16-year-old Rosinka and baby Fedor have been living happily together ever since the director of a zoo in Russia carried out this animal kingdom experiment. Fedor will stay with Rosinka for another month until he gets stronger and can live with his relatives. But he is happy living in that fluff ball of the cat's back right there. It's adorable. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.